Hello everyone, it's Kryptonite here and welcome back to another episode of Foundry. So as you can see, our factory is coming together nicely. Our bus system is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. So in today's episode, we are looking at automating explosives because quite recently I am needing more and more. But to start with, we are going to have to put biomass into auto production, and for that we need the greenhouse over here, which means we need glass. So I've decided to add glass to the bus system just because I also noticed that we do need it for energy cells and possibly some more items later on as well. So we're going to add glass into the bus system. Now glass, as you can see, is just made from gravel, and luckily just over here by our power plant I have some gravel already in production, so I'm just going to use our mineral rock ore vein over here, which kind of isn't doing much because our concrete is in full swing, and we've got some gravel producing out of these crushers here. So we're going to add a few more crushers, get some glass. So we're going to add a few more crushers here and then possibly some smelters over this side, and we're going to be adding glass in production. Now I've already started a conveyor belt just over here which is linked to our bus line just to save that little bit of hassle there. So what we're probably going to do is go ahead and get that done. So let's head back down here and let's make sure that we have some crushers and some smelters as well. So I'm thinking for the moment let's go for 4 crushers just because the glass takes 5 gravel to make, so I think 4 crushers should be good. Not really sure what the output of that will be, but if we head over here we should be able to see what it is. So it's 30 per minute and 10 in there as well. So if we have 4 of them we'll have 120 per minute, just a single belt. So we probably could push to 5 crushers. We might do 5 crushers and then I think we'll do 3 smelters. That may be enough. Not, we can always do some more. So we might have to move these belts across just so we can fit the other 2 crushers over here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We're going to just get rid of these over here and we can sort that out shortly after. And what we're going to do is just remove these ones, and then what we can do is we can transfer that to a tier 2 belt, and we might as well do that one as well. Not that it's necessary, I think we'll just do that just to speed up the process a little bit. So let's go ahead and get our crushers in the mix. So we're going to add another one over here and we're going to add 2 more over here as well. But that can be the 5 for the glass, and then we are going to need the 2 original ones over here that we were using for our gravel over to our concrete production. So we're going to add another 2 over here. We're just going to space them out ever so slightly just so we can distinguish the 2, and then what we're going to do is put our inputs just back over here. So that's nice, and we'll just remove those slightly, and then we'll just put these 2 here for our outputs, and we can go ahead and use tier 1 belts. I think should be fine, and we're just going to rotate this round to here. There we go. So although that is tier 2, we might as well just make them tier 2 just for future reference, and we just want to switch these to gravel just there. These ones want to be gravel as well, so we'll select these to the gravel. I always keep forgetting to press Q to copy. If you look at one and you press Q, it will copy with the settings and move them over. I keep forgetting about it, but that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and do that. And what we want to do is make sure that we have our inputs over here, and then we are going to go ahead and extend our belts just around like this. There we go. Okay, and now we need these outputting into a smelter, so we're going to put our outputs just over here. There we go. Just transfer these over, and now we can set up our smelters as well. So we're going to grab our smelters just here, and we'll space them out a little bit. I think just there will be fine, and we'll make these our inputs just here, and then we can switch over to our outputs and we can just output straight along here. Yeah, we'll probably follow this xenoferrite we've got over there, and that should be good. So we're going to change that to glass, which should do it automatically, so that's good. And what we're going to do is just get to our outputs, and we're just going to bring it just round here like this, and that should pretty much start smelting that into glass. So that's good. So we've got 60 per minute in, and we've got 12 per minute out. So we are going to need a few more smelters, I think. We'll do 6. We'll do 6 to start with, and then we'll see how that goes, and if we need to increase our production, we can. So there we go. We have our smelters now, and we will do our intakes just here again. And we'll just extend this out, and we can do our outputs, and we can pop them over here as well, and we can just extend our belt just down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to link these all the way along. In fact, we can probably just bring this belt all the way along here, and what we will do is we'll just follow this along. So we'll rotate this round. We're going to probably have to get rid of these rocks, and we can bring this to slope down. And then we'll just bring this conveyor belt all the way along here and possibly bring it down, but I think I might just leave this up a level. Need to get rid of this one, and we'll just bring that to there. These belts are just temporary anyway until we get some transport on the way, which shouldn't be too far away now. We should be near enough there, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and that should add glass to our bus system. So that looks like it's working quite well. I'm not sure why I've done tier 2 belts, just because I have a load to hand. Tier 1 probably would have been fine, but it looks like we're getting this lot into production quite nicely. So what I might do is possibly add another crusher at some point, but we'll cross that bridge at a later date. So what's next for our greenhouses? I'm not sure how many greenhouses we are going to need for our biomass production, so I think we could just get away with doing maybe 4 of these for the biomass. So for biomass we need biomass, mineral rock and water as well. So my plan is to use this mineral rock over here that we haven't touched yet. We'll have to mine that out. We've got a nice little water supply here, so we can use that, or this one down here. That shouldn't be a problem at all. So let's go ahead and grab some glass from our production line just quickly, and we'll see about making some greenhouses. Okay, so we can do 7 greenhouses, so I say we do 6. We'll just do 6. I think that's going to be absolutely plenty. And what we're going to need to do is then dig up our little mineral rock ore. So we'll just fix this belt while we're here. Fix that, and that should be fixed. We're going to grab our scanner out, and we're going to find our mineral rock, which I know is over in this direction. I believe it's over by these rocks. So what we're going to do is just scan from where it is, and there it is down there. And so basically my plan is to go ahead and build an elevator. So we're going to go ahead and build an elevator about here. There seems pretty good, to be honest with you. And then what we can do, if we grab our scanner just like this, and we take note of that middle number, which is 118, we can then click new on here, or open config frame, and this is new. We can rename this as our main floor, and we can give that a tick. And then we need to add a station, and what we can do is go for mineral ore, and we can add this height as 118. Once we click that and confirm, it should construct down to that level, which, as we know by our scanner, it is 118. Now what this does is just saves us digging it all the way down. Now the reason why I know this trick is because one of the beautiful members on my live stream let me know about this little one, and it's definitely a nice little trick. So we're going to head down here, we're going to get our explosives ready, and we know that we are pretty much in the middle of where our ore is. So elevators as well don't take damage to explosives, which is pretty good because we can just go ahead and do this. So if we just grab our scanner now, we know that our mineral rock is literally just here. So we are in perfect vicinity of it. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we excavate this mineral rock. So there we have it. We have excavated this mineral rock, so now we can get a little bit of a foundation going, and we should be good to go around about here. So let's go ahead and build a foundation all the way around it. That way we can get our miners down and we can start mining this mineral ore. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We've got plenty of room around like this, and so we know that we have this here, so we kind of want our freight elevator to go here as well. Now I do need to craft myself one of these as well, so we're going to craft ourselves a couple of the freight elevators just to transport our goods up there with. We're just going to make ourselves some more room over here. to put it, and we should be good to go. So what I want to do is just build kind of a platform, but not too much of a platform, because we can't have the platform coinciding with our freight elevator. So what we're going to do is try and do this. So we're going to put it in free mode, and we're going to have it around about here. So in fact, we're going to move it across just like that, and that should be good for there. We're going to bring this foundation here because we do need the foundation by our loaders, but we can't have it underneath. So there we go, we have that set up there. We've got enough space for our miners as well, so that is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back up to our main floor. We're going to grab the top side of our freight elevator, and we're going to get that down as well. So there we go. So we can see our top where our freight elevator is going to go, so we can place this here. We are going to need a little bit more room for our little greenhouse farm. So I'm basically going to be utilizing this space down here pretty much. We're going to go ahead and just bridge this out as best we can. Probably are going to need some more foundations, so that's not too much of an issue. We've got plenty of foundations in storage. Fill in these gaps, and I think we should pretty much bring this out to here. That looks good. And then what we could do is bring it out here as well. I think that should be big enough for what we need. Hopefully so. If not, we can always expand. That's not a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our freight elevator down just here as well. And our freight elevator is being built, so that is good to go. So let's go ahead and get some miners built and start laying our conveyor belts so we can get it transported up here to our greenhouses. So let's work out where we're going to actually have our greenhouses. So we could put one here, I think, and then what we can do is space it out a little bit and have another one here, and then what we could do is have one more here as well. That looks pretty good actually, and then we can have the others sort of go in over here as well. Let's give it a space of 4 just to be on the safe side, and there we go. So we could come straight out of here with our mineral rock, or what we could do is we could bring it out here and put a balancer in and split it evenly either side. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. We'll figure that out though as and when. Okay, so the next thing we need to sort out is power. We're going to head over here to where our power lines are, and we're just going to bring some power possibly just round the outside and round again. Probably the long-winded way of doing it, but it's the way that I'm going to try and keep it as neat as I possibly can without obscuring any of my factory. So I'm going to go kind of around here. It looks really messy, I know, but we're going to just utilize the extreme amount of power that we have for now. Okay, and then what we're going to do is connect these two here to transformers. I'm also going to bring one around here and connect it to our elevator, so that takes power down to our mine. So that's good to go there. So what's next is we're going to get our transformers, and we're just going to pop these over here. 4's probably overkill, but at least we know we've got enough having 4. Could probably use solar power now that we have it unlocked, but I think we'll save that for another time. So we'll go ahead and connect all of these, and now we have power. Now we zoom out a little bit, we have 4 transformers going over here. I'm not sure where this one transformer is coming from. Something I need to figure out at a later date, but now we have power to all of these, which is good. So biomass, so let's see what we have. We have 1 per minute of biomass in and 2 out. Okay, and 1 mineral rock in and 2 out. So it looks like we're going to have outputs and inputs, which seems kind of strange that we need biomass to make biomass. So maybe we haven't positioned these in the best places. Okay, so I've come up with a configuration just here like this. So I decided to change it around a little bit and set it up like this. So I've got an output and an intake just going straight next to each other, and this is basically because we need 1 biomass to include in the process. So we'll need 1 to start the process itself, and then what this will do will loop that 1. Because it exits 2 of the biomass, then hopefully if all works out right, 1 should come out of this one and 1 should come out of this one, which will extend down the line here, and then this is going to be our intake for our mineral. So let's go ahead and set this up here. We probably don't need 2, we probably only need 1, but we're going to basically bring this out to here, and then what we're going to do is put it into a balancer, and we're going to split them quite evenly. So we're going to bring it out to about here, and then we're going to bring it to here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a balancer, and we'll pop that down here. So that that should balance it out quite nicely. So now what we need to do is get our miners set up. So we're going to go ahead and craft some miners. I think, to be honest with you, only 4 will be enough. So we'll get 4 down there. I think that should be plenty. So we might as well pop down there while they are crafting. We will need some more of the loaders as well. So we might as well craft a few of those while we're at it. And we'll just put our 4 miners just here, straight into our loader. And we should have enough pipes, I believe, but we shall definitely find out sooner or later once we go ahead and start doing that. So let's go ahead and get our 4 miners down, and we should have power down here. Apparently we haven't got power down here. That's right, because we do need a transformer down here as well. So hopefully our loaders shouldn't be too much longer. In fact, we should have enough loaders for what we need, so we'll cancel them, speed up the process a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and get our outputs here, and we're going to get our input just here as well. Tier 1 belt should be plenty, to be honest. We've only got 4 miners, so that should be good. And then what we can do is grab our transformer. We'll pop that down here, and we'll connect our freighter level, our elevator up to here, and now we should have power at this grid. And we do have power at this grid, so that's perfect. So our miners should carry on doing what they're doing, so we can head back up now and we can get our water intake sorted, and then we should have a biomass in production. A few reasons why I want biomass, obviously for our explosives. We will be unlocking the advanced explosives a bit later on, which are a little bit easier to automate once we have access to ignium powder, which we do at the moment. We just need to start putting that into production and low density olemite. But apart from that, what I also want it for is for some decor. So the wooden decor does take biomass as well, so it's always handy to have some in storage ready. So we should be able to see our mineral ore now working away as it is, so that's good. We can let this all stock up and fill up, and now we can go ahead and connect our pipes up. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and connect our pipes. We might as well just hook them all up, and then what we can do is we can kind of split these. We're going to have this one as a T section. We're going to get a corner piece in here and a straight piece. We'll link them. I'm not sure how far across we need to go. That should be fine. So we're going to put another corner piece in here, another T section, and then we'll get some straights over here. Not sure how many we're going to need. That should be good actually, and then we can get a nice T section in here. Now all we need to do is just run a bit of pipe all the way up to here. Basically we're just going to drag this across. We'll have it nice and overhead. We might not have enough pipe work. Let's see, hopefully we do have enough. I think we'll go straight into the river, bring this down to here, and we'll get our straight piece, and we'll bring this over here. You haven't got enough pipe work, so let's go ahead and craft ourselves some more for some steel beams. We probably haven't got enough, so I'm probably going to have to run and grab some more steel beams from storage, and we are going to bring this into just there. And then once we just click on auto sort, I'm going to grab our pump, and hopefully we can put the pump down the bottom here if it will let us. Feeling a little bit awkward, but there we go, we've got it in the end. And now we can just double check that we have water flowing through quite nicely, so that looks pretty good. So we should be producing some biomass now. We do need to grab some. Oh, we do actually have some biomass on us, so that's good. Yep, our water's filling up quite nicely actually, so that's pretty good. We'll wait for our water to fill up first. Looks like we haven't got any flowing out of here. That might just be a single input rather than outputs. Yeah, I think these are just inputs and not inputs and outputs, which make things a little bit more difficult. I don't think it's too much of an issue. We should be able to solve that pretty well, to be honest. Get rid of these ones here. I think I thought they would have been an input and an output, but they're not. So it does change things up a little bit, but it's not too much of an issue. We can just do it another way. So what we'll do is we will get rid of this pipe here. We'll put this one as a 4 intersection, and then we'll just literally go along a line like this. So we'll bring this to here. We will put this as a corner, put this one as a T-piece. Then we just want some straights over here. We want this one as a four-way intersection as well. So yep, that's good. We're getting some water into that side, so that's good. And then we want a load of straights over here. I think it's 3 each side. That looks pretty good. It's not dead in the middle, but I don't think we'll get it in the middle just because of the way it's set up. That is pretty good. So we should have water filling up quite nicely now. So we should be able to split this. So we could do with just a few more biomass actually, and we'll just put 2 in each. I think that should be the best way to do it. 2 biomass in each, just give it a little bit of a boost, a head start. At least then we've always got a surplus, so we know we're not going to run out. I think it's probably the best way to do it. So we're going to stock all these up, and then we should have biomass in production. Now it's not going to be the fastest production known to man, but it's going to be biomass production nonetheless. So in fact it is very slow in production of biomass, but I don't think that's too much of an issue if I'm completely honest with you. So what we'll do, I think, is we'll expand this, and we'll get a little bit of a storage over here ready for our biomass, and then we can use it for whatever we deem necessary, I think. So let's go ahead and expand this a little bit. You don't need to go too crazy, just enough to get some storage down here. We'll craft ourselves 2. I mean, 2 is probably more than we need, but at least then we've got some. So let's go ahead and we're gonna pop these just here. We're going to do intake belts like that, and then we'll get our tier 1 conveyors, and we'll just go for our output just like this really. So there we go, that brings it in nicely. We should have biomass stocking up in here now, so that's good. Okay, so I was going to use the biomass production to automate explosives, but what I think I might do is actually wait until we have the advanced explosives, just because I don't think the biomass production is actually fast enough for me to warrant doing it. I don't use explosives that often, and I don't take that long to actually craft by hand. So I think what we'll do instead is increase our steel production, which is something I was meaning to do. Now in the live stream I did come across another ignium ore all the way over here, and I built a nice sky bridge, as you can see over here, because it was all the way over the mountain. So if we head into the fly cam, I'll just quickly showcase you whereabouts it was in the mountain, and I just decided to do something a little bit fun and basically take a freight elevator all the way up here and go over the top of the mountain instead of digging my way all the way through. So we had that all set up, and my plan is basically going to put 4 more crushers and 8 more smelters in here, and then we're going to link up our ignium ore from our freight elevator, and we're going to link that to the system, just because this down here is running a little bit thin. So I need to add some more miners down here. So we'll clear this area out and add this lot in. I'll probably sort that little remainder of the ore down there in between episodes, but what we're going to do now is get more crushers and everything all set up and ready. So let's go ahead and grab our crushers. Now I don't know why I did that, because I keep forgetting I can just press Shift and Q and copy the crusher with the settings already installed. And we are going to have to move all of these conveyor belts, which I thought was going to be what I would have to do anyway. So we're going to go ahead and just move these for now, and we'll sort them out later. Now all I need is my intakes, so we've got 1 here, and then what we're going to do is have the second lane intakes just over here. We're going to upgrade this belt, and we're also going to expand this one out here and this one out here. So this one was my xenoferrite, which is just over here, so we can probably go ahead and bring that out. I need to be careful how I do this, because I don't want to obstruct what I have going on over there. So we're going to bring it out a little bit more just to make sure we've got a bit more room. So we're just going to get rid of a few of those. We're going to bring this up a level. That should bring it perfectly in sequence over here, and then we can go ahead and probably put a balancer in here, so when this ore does deplete, we can just whack, and then it will automatically basically feed from this one. So we can prioritize this one here for now, so it uses this lot first, and then what we can do is get a few of these outputs. We'll just do all 4 just because I like to be a bit more uniform with my aesthetics, and we can just bring this pretty much out to here, and we can bring it round into there. So they should be stocking up nicely. Okay, it didn't configure like I wanted it to. So we're going to do the ignium ore blend just there. And next we're just going to get all the smelters built as well. So we're going to go ahead and grab the smelters. I'm just going to pop all of these down here like this. Okay, so that's the last one. Get our outputs just here, pop them there. So that was nice and easy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our conveyor belts, drag all of these across. Nice and simple. We've done this many times before. Make these our inputs, and we should have a very speedy steel production now once we go ahead and put our outputs over here. So make sure we're selecting outputs. Hopefully we have just enough. Perfect. Okay, that worked out pretty perfectly actually. And then we're just going to bring this all the way across, and there we go. We have an upgraded steel production now, so that's good. So what we can probably do actually is clear this place up a little bit, add some more miners over here because we are running a little bit low on our resources. So what we could do is go ahead and use some explosives over here, and we're just going to pretty much blow all of this lot like boom. And I thought that might happen. So we're going to do another 4 drone miners. We're probably going to need a few more loaders as well. We should have enough belts and everything for what we need, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's go ahead and basically bulk delete all of this lot over here. Probably bulk delete all of this lot as well. We can figure it out as we go. So we need to kind of somehow bring our resources up here. I don't think this warrants a freight elevator, to be honest. So what we'll probably do is go ahead and drag this down to here, I think, and build a nice platform over here. And then we're just going to bring this out. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to grab our miners now. So we probably don't even need 4, to be honest. We probably only need 3 to run through this lot. But what I'm going to do is bring this platform out, and then we will put one over here just to make sure we get them all. So we're going to have outputs over in this direction, and then somehow make it all the way up to there, basically. So what I might do actually is change this output to there, and then we're going to get our conveyor belts. We don't need tier 2 conveyor belts, but we've got plenty to hand, so might as well use them. We're going to bring this round, which may seem a bit odd, but we need to start making our way up over to there. We're going to go round in a corner, and we're going to go back up to here. Now what I like to do sometimes is use fly mode. You build in obscure places, just makes things a little bit easier. And then what we'll do is we'll go around a corner, we'll go around again, and then we'll start going up again, I think is the best thing to do. And we will just connect that to there, and there we go. We should have that back all in order now. So we should begin a steady supply of ignium now. So as you see, because this one ran out, we prioritized over this side. This side will start feeding it in automatically. It looks like our xenoferrite is doing pretty good as well. Let's just check that they are all in production. And this one's getting a little bit slow over here, but we are just about getting enough resources in, so that's good. Okay, so our steel production should be well on its way now, so I'm very happy with all of that. And I think that brings us to a close to this episode. So the main reason why I wanted to get steel production in order is because I want to go ahead and get it into construction industry, which takes a lot of steel beams, circuit boards, polymer boards, energy cells, and all the rest of it. So we're going to need a lot of everything. So I'm very glad I put concrete in the production into the bus system. So I think what we need to do is start looking at putting circuit boards and polymer boards into the bus production. So that's going to be our next task. So polymer boards take liquid polymer, which comes from crude olemite, which we need access to the distillation columns, which we do have access to. So we've got one here, and we do have plenty of dolomite over here. So I'm not sure what one we'll go for. To be honest with you, these ones are buried in the mountains. I'm not sure how we go about transporting this stuff sort of up. I'm guessing we use pipes as it is liquid, so we are going to need a few of them, but lucky enough we have them in production as well. So I'm not sure if we put pipes into storage. We have got pipes into storage. Okay, one thing I do want to put into storage is the advanced machinery parts, because some of the big machines do take a lot of them. I'm probably gonna look at that. So that's basically the plan for the next episode. We're going to work towards all of that, get all of that in production. So hopefully you are enjoying our Foundry Let's Play. I am very happy with how our factory is coming along. Now, if you do want to watch me and join me doing a little bit of the boring grindy bits, basically like what we did here when we introduced more crushers and things to our factory, where we built the sky bridge over here, then you can join me on my live streams every Saturday 2 PM BST. So don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well if you are enjoying the Foundry content. It's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.